Hey guys, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Zach.
And we're the Bloodshed Brothers, and you are watching Trending on Inside the Hunt Industry. What are you doing? Are you trying to trend?
Staying connected.
You're not Beyonce. It's never gonna happen.
It's a social media episode.
So like before, Zach and I have had a lot of experience in this area and have actually spoken at Transworld and various conventions about this. So we're going to give you a Spark Notes version of everything we talk about, but if you want to talk more about it in person, we're more than happy to. But we're going to talk about social media and how it's trending inside the haunt industry. What I want to talk about is the big one for us and for all of you, because you're watching this video, is YouTube. And how it's kind of affected and changed the industry a little bit.
I think we're gonna hit on just YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Like those are the three heavy hitters. I feel.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe some MySpace. Maybe some LimeWire.
Okay,
Some.
That's not social media.
I'm just thinking of old websites.
Napster.
Some Napster. Some
Homestar Runner. Ebum's World.
Ebum's World. Yeah.
AOL. Chat rooms. Anyway. So, when we first started our haunt career, so to speak, all of the internet stuff that we could find, Haunt Forum, Halloween Forum,
Garage of Evil,
Haunt Project.
Haunt Project, Monster List.
Like, there was, those are all great resources, when, we're not here to knock
A lot of them don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Haunt Forum is where I was like, me and Zach were like, for the first time, like, oh my gosh,
There's people.
There's people, and
I literally came home from work and Jeremy was all like, Zach, I found this place on the internet. I'm like,
I'm in this land. And it was the first time where it was like, wow, there's a name for like what we do, and I'm sure everyone has had this experience. And honestly, I still think that there's people that haven't had the experience before, because anytime I find like a home haunt in town,
you wonder,
and I haven't heard of them online, I'm like, do they know we're here?
Do they know there's others? Do they like-minded individuals? Like,
yeah. So when YouTube was like really young still, and as far as the haunt industry is concerned, there weren't that many videos. All that was ever there was like, here is a video of a prop I built. But even then, people weren't big on taking videos of them.
They weren't talking. They were just filming what their prop does, or they had their displays and they would just walk through it, not saying anything, not explaining anything.
Exactly. And it was mostly pictures. Like, even before we did videos, we would upload pictures of props and like our home haunt pictures to Haunt Forum, because we just wanted to see what other people thought of them. But then our cousin Quinn, we're giving you a little Bloodshed Brother history here, but it'll make sense. Our cousin, who was like really into like watching YouTubers
before YouTubers was even a word.
Yeah, before YouTubers even a word. Like when people first started making money off of YouTube videos, she was like, you know what, you guys are mildly entertaining. Those were her words. You guys are mildly entertaining. So why don't you guys should like film videos of like what you do, like with the hunt stuff, like no one else is doing it. I think it'd be really cool. So one day we took the camera and we went, shoot.
Roll the clip.
I'm Jeremy. I'm Zach. And we are the Bloodshed Brothers. And we recently noticed that on YouTube, because we kind of follow the whole vlog thing, recently noticed on YouTube that there are no actual Halloween, consistent Halloween related blogs, and we would like to fill that void and do pretty much something Halloween related every day in our videos, which we do anyway every day, we just don't videotape it. So sorry you guys had to see that. But, and ever since then, it turned into a thing, and it was even more so than just us filming haunted house stuff. We were filming daily life stuff, and because of these videos, for those that don't know, it's how we got hired at our Pro Hunt. They saw our daytime walkthrough of our 2009 haunted house. Ex-Pro Hunt.
We sound separated.
Yes. We got hired based off of our work there. That's how we got the interview.
Because we went and filmed a review of the haunt, our future haunt, and filmed a review of it, and they saw that, one of the actors saw it, and I guess they posted it somewhere on Facebook, and then the higher-ups of the stadium saw it, and then they're like, oh, let's bring these guys in for an interview. They seem like they know what they're talking about.
Joke's on them. So, just kidding. So, So anyway, as a trend, so then we started noticing, not to toot our own horns and say we were the first or whatever, but after we had filmed some of our videos for almost like 6, 7, 9 months, I think was when we first started, like when Troy started vlogging after us Halloween Hellmouth, vlogs started rolling out everywhere, and people started finally turning the camera around, being like, I'm so-and-so, and this is the thing I made. And then it turned names, or usernames, to real names, to faces. Like, everyone we saw in Hunt Forum and Halloween Forum and Garage of Evil, all these people started, like, we heard their voices, and then, you know, and then, like, it almost overnight.
It became, like, especially, like, the stigma, because I remember in middle school, so this was, like, early 2000s, 2001, 2002, you, like, meeting up with people that you met on the internet, or talking to people that you met on the internet was not, there was a no. You don't know who they are, you don't know what they do, they're gonna chop you up. I mean, we're hunters, so like, I mean, it's not too far-fetched, but chop everyone up in little pieces and put them in the basement, like, all that kind of stuff. But like, all of a sudden, and I'm not saying me and Jeremy pioneered this, like, it was happening over time, over many industries and many platforms, but like, the internet was becoming a closer thing with everyone was becoming more connected, and then, like Jeremy was saying, everyone started to know each other because everyone started filming, everyone started talking, and then it kind of actually segues into Facebook.
Well, and I was gonna say, and then almost overnight, it seems like it just, I mean, looking back, it feels like it just exploded, because then it was Facebooks, and then podcasts, like Huntcast got started, and it was you know, and like RFR, like Riding Flush Radio, and other people doing podcasts, and then other YouTube videos, and then Facebook pages for likable pages for your hunt, websites for your home hunt. Like you can't even, like, a website costs what, like $8 a year, and it's like every home hunt should have a website.
Well, domains do.
Well, anyway, I mean, like Leonard Pickle even says, you run a hunt, get a website. It's the only way people are going to find you, because, like, especially the demographic for the haunted house people. I mean, the guests are people that are using the internet. Like, they're gonna Google haunted houses in my area. That's just common sense now. Like, everyone knows this. But the trend over the last few years, it's like
it seems like it's been like, I mean, we've been doing this for video making for 7 years, vlogging for 6, and it seems like it was yesterday. And even though it's literally almost been 10 years, like YouTube turned 10, right? Didn't they just turn 10 last year?
I think YouTube started in 2006. 2005.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so anyway, like Zach said, segueing,
and then you have Facebook, and well, from a social aspect and then a professional aspect, like, because then all of a sudden, like, and especially, well, MySpace too. MySpace started the friend stuff, like, you know, having
we had a
the Bloodshed Brothers had a MySpace, and then our top 8 and top 10 were just other hunters and hunts we would follow. But then Facebook really, like, added more, you know, pictures, and you could see everything, and because MySpace is not a thing and Facebook still is. That brought everyone closer together with groups and, like, Hunters Hangout, and just, like, local hunt groups starting, and yeah. Oh, and that's the other one, Garage of Evil too. The Garage of Evil network. Steve-O, the creator of it, jumped on everyone's butt on all the groups and said, you guys need to start doing making takes. Like, you call yourself the SoCal group, meet somewhere in SoCal and start making stuff. And so, like, that's what we attended. And we did that during the home hunt. We would go up there and meet up with hunters.
Even during the pro hunt, we you know, Tom Sawyer, the group, and they came up and they hung out, and we put them to work behind the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah, and then a professional standpoint with Facebook, having a haunt page for your haunt where you can post stuff, you can boost your posts. I can't explain how important that is with Facebook nowadays. For those who don't know, like with Facebook, if you have a business page, say you have 5,000 people liking your page, and you just post something on Facebook, like saying like, oh, the hunt's open tonight from 7 to 10, maybe 200, 300, maybe 1,000 people are going to see it.
If that.
For whatever reason,
maybe 50 people will see it.
It's the algorithm that Facebook has. It's stupid because they want you to buy advertising. They want you to boost your post, and so we would do that at our haunt. I mean, it's more expensive now, but like, I don't know why prices went up so much. But last time I was doing it, it was like $3, and then an extra 400 to like 800 people will see your post, and then $10, you know, an extra 1,000 to 1,200, and now it's like $15 to $20, something like that. But so boosting your post gets the word out there like a lot, and then you can advertise your whole Facebook page. It's very easy and very user friendly to do that on Facebook, and so I recommend it if you have a haunt page. And then also just for things to post, your advertising videos that you have made and put on YouTube, you can put them right on Facebook, or you can upload Facebook videos. Actually, that's kind of a newer thing. If it was last year, I wouldn't ever say like upload a video on Facebook, no one's ever going to see it. But like videos have just blown up on Facebook over the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. It's crazy. So I would say upload them on both platforms at that rate. We have some of the same videos that we uploaded on from Transworld on YouTube and Facebook. Facebook has more views, like the candy corn machine stuff. Anyways,
we're getting a little specific.
yeah, and so and then like giveaway stuff, like free tickets to your haunt, like endless endless ideas of what you can do with your haunt's Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you have anything else for Facebook?
No.
Okay.
That's good.
And then Instagram. Insta?
See, and the thing with Instagram, I mean, we were just over here preaching video, but so many people have Instagram, and so many people like pictures, and here's why, in my opinion, Instagram works. So Instagram gives you the opportunity to create like this more solo one-on-one connection with your guest, and like the behind-the-scenes pictures and things like that, and like more of a day-to-day life sort of thing. I mean, video does the same, but let's say for argument's sake, like you're dealing with now a group of customers that does not like sitting through even a 5-minute video, but they're scrolling through that feed because they're just pictures, and it takes that much to just like a picture and keep going.
Yeah, even a 30-second ad on your Facebook page.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, for some people. So it's easier just to, like Jeremy said, just be scrolling, and it's just like, oh my god, what's this? And it's like, a picture of one of your actors, or it's like, and it says, the haunted farm of Spookyland is open tonight, and like this photo, get $3 off, and then, show us when you get there, something like that. It's crazy.
Yes, so anyway, that's how Instagram is beneficial. They haven't rolled out an amazing marketing program yet, but they're working on it. But it still helps to have. So 2 like over-encompassing things I want to say about that. 1, doing all of this is another full-time job. On top of like us both working, create like full-time jobs and running a haunt, and then also having to
be in charge of the social media
post,
for our haunt,
edit, do all this stuff. It is another full-time job. So
thing.
I always recommend if you have volunteers at your haunt, or even if you don't, if you pay your actors or whatever, find someone, because you're working with usually people around that age anyway that love doing it and are good at it. Have someone do it for you. It's so much easier. I mean, like editing video, it's a little different, but like if you want to just give one of your actors like your login or whatever. If you just want to give one of your actors like your login, they can do it themselves. So anyway, all encompassing, it's another job. It's hard to do, but if you stick with it, it's totally worth it.
It's hard to do. I'm going to piggyback. It's hard to do if like you do it all at once. But if like you're before you leave to go to the haunt, if you post on Facebook, hey, we're open tonight 7 to 11. Stop by, boost your post. You're good to go. And then a few hours later, when you're like eating lunch or something, just real quick post on Instagram. Like you could spread it out to make it easier.
But also all this is kind of null and void because you can schedule posts everywhere. You can schedule your Facebook. You could type up 30 Facebook posts in bed and schedule them for the next few days.
True, you can. So
you can do the same for YouTube.
So we're disregarding everything Jeremy just said.
Yes. The other all-encompassing thing is having all these things, having your name over so many things, especially in writing, raises your stock. I'm using like layman's terms. Raises your stock on Google. So when someone searches California Haunted House or Haunted House in my area,
Haunted Trail of Spooky Time, patent pending.
You want to be that first thing on Google. I mean, and then a whole nother thing, and that's a whole nother talk, is Google AdWords and being like when you guys type something in on Google, being that those sponsored results at the top, you can do that for your haunt. It's more money, but you can, and so that's a whole nother thing, but we won't get into. But the more you have that's searchable, Google will recognize that and put you at the top of the list. But even little things like, and I'm learning all this because my fiance is like, this is what she does for a living, but if you have a website, like we do, that's never updated, like we do, Google will recognize that as a dead site and then start dropping you down. I mean, so if you type in the Bloodshed Brothers on Google, it's going to come up. But if you type in Haunted House in my area or California Haunted House in my area, the Bloodshed Brothers does not come up because that's just not how it is, and that's totally our fault. So we're preaching, but we also don't even follow our own teachings sometimes. So it's something you have to stay on top of, and it is another
social media in general. And then there's other things too. Like we're not like leaving out. Twitter's the other big one.
Yeah.
But tweetings. I mean, for those who real quick don't get Twitter, it's just you just write a little 140 character posts. People can like it and retweet it, which means all their followers will see what you have to say. That's essentially how that works there. So
it's good for sharing links to videos, links to websites, links to other things.
Giveaways again, like retweet this link and you can be in a drawing to win tickets to our haunt type thing. And then if you're the real savvy, Tumblr, that's one. I don't want to get into Tumblr. But that's where the teenagers is on Tumblr. Let me tell you, we have so many. This kind of
a little creepy.
Well, no. You didn't let me finish my thought, Jeremy. Since we had over 120 teenagers acting for us.
No, you're upset.
Yeah, they told us exactly what social media they were on, and it's not Facebook. Like,
yeah.
I literally can quote this girl, Abby, bless her heart. Tried so hard to paint those wall panels. We're just like, yeah, my grandma's on Facebook. I'm not. Like, I don't even have one. She's like, I never even got one.
And when we asked her why, she's like, because that's where my parents hang out.
She goes, that's where old people are. And so
Is that nuts?
I'm like, so like, what are you on then? Like, I'm like generally curious. Like, so if I wanted you to come to the haunt, like, where would I have to post? And she said Tumblr. That's where I was going with it. You jerk.
No, but we totally forgot about that story. It was a huge point that someone said to us, only old people are on Facebook.
And we had a whole Facebook group, Haunted Stadium family, and it turns out the majority of them didn't even see the posts because they don't go on Facebook. So it's crazy. It's crazy how, especially how the younger crowd obviously is going to go to the newer, shinier thing, and Facebook is slowly becoming the less shinier thing. Same thing with Snapchat, with it being more accessible. This is just a little. We're not going to talk about Snapchat at all, except for right now. But a little tidbit I heard, like over the past 2 years, the 30 to 50-year-olds using Snapchat has like almost tripled in the last 2 years because it's becoming more user friendly and more easy to use. Mm-hmm. I can barely see right now like a feasible way to use Snapchat for your haunt, except maybe for behind the scenes clips and stuff.
Yeah.
But.
So anyway, I think that's it for trending. I know that was.
We just threw up a lot of information.
It was a lot of information. Watch it again, maybe.
We're talking fast
with a drink in your hand. But it's a lot, and you can. It's not even tailored specifically to the haunted house industry. You can find so many people that are talking about how social media can benefit your business, and even if you're not running a business, even if you're just running a home haunt, and you want people to come to it. Still, that's the whole point. So if you can take any classes at any conventions or anything about it, it is very, very helpful. Or if your industry is something like if your day job is something that isn't haunted house related, it still can apply. If you're somewhere where they're offering a class on social media marketing and Google and all that nonsense, take it. It's very helpful.
But if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Find us on our YouTube page, youtube.com/thebloodship or on Facebook or on Instagram.
All the Bloodshed Brothers.
All the Bloodshed Brothers. And find us, Zachary Ball, Jeremy Ball, our personal Facebook, so you can message us. And we will be happy to give you some further insight if you need it for anything. So, that's pretty much all I got.
That's all I got too. So, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Zach.
And we're the Bloodshed Brothers.
Stay scary, and you've been watching Inside the Haunt Industry. #HauntLife. #Give her the chainsaw. #Inside the Haunt Industry.
#If you would, you could. That was our first hashtag.